big snowstorm, ICE arrest, and a stunning budget deficit left by his predecessor. Jersey City Mayor James Solomon has had a lot to deal with in the few short weeks he's been in the top gun position in the second largest city in the state. So I say to you, welcome to the job.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Marcia.
I mean,
it's been quite a first 3 weeks.
I mean, could you have ever foretold? I mean, you were in the city council.
Yeah.
But could you ever have anticipated what your first 3 weeks would be like?
No, you can't. But you know what? Even in these first 3 weeks, it's been a great honor to do the job, and we're rolling with the punches.
You found out soon after you took the job that there was over $250 million gap, which is a third of the entire budget of Jersey City. What are you going to do?
It was remarkable. I mean, running during the campaign, I knew the budget was not in good shape. I knew gimmicks had been used to sort of cover up budget gaps and deficits, but we didn't know the scope and the scale. And unfortunately, we think there was some systemic and intentional deception that was used. For example, the city just simply didn't pay and didn't budget for $52 million in healthcare bills from 2024 and 2025. They didn't budget for an additional $50 million in healthcare next year. These are extraordinary numbers.
How can you not do that? I mean, just out of curiosity.
It's wild, right? That should never happen. I mean, basically, they were shifting money in different accounts. But because of that, we were not paying our bills on time. So we found, by doing our digging, that the city has now paid $1 million in late fees to our prescription drug provider each of the last 3 years. That's $3 million of money from Jersey City taxpayers given because we didn't pay our bills on time.
But I also saw that there was money where you overpaid for state and federal taxes, and you didn't call for the refunds, and you're out $3.1 million for that. I mean, really?
Wild, and as I said, I'm livid.
Can
and the
you
people
get that
just
money back?
We can't. I mean, we'll try, but we are told that we don't have a legal case. We'll ask. We'll do what we can. But this is to the point for your viewers at home. There was a mix of things. There was deception. There was gimmicks. But there was also incompetence. And here, to make sure your viewers know, we overpaid our taxes by $3 million. The IRS notified the city, and the city department heads didn't respond. They didn't reply to the emails. So we lost the money.
So is this an indictment of your predecessor? How did this happen? I mean, he was hired because of his fiscal competence to be head of the Partnership for New York City, which is a major organization. So how did he allow this to happen?
I think 3 weeks on the job, there's a motto, right? The buck stops here. As mayor, you are the person in charge. You are responsible, and you have to wear that on your shoulders. And so ultimately, when we started digging, we found problem after problem after problem. And obviously for the voters, for the viewers, my focus is on the solutions, but I had to be clear about what happened. So yes, the former mayor has to explain how he let this happen, and then my focus has to be on how do we fix it.
But his response is, I didn't do anything wrong, and if I had run for re-election, I would have proposed a budget with no tax increases. How could he do that if there was a gap of $250 million?
By putting it on the credit card. That's how we did it the last 3 years.
How do you run a city on a credit card?
You shouldn't. You should never do it. We have, and I'll tell you just in the budget, we have $76 million in what are called deferred charges. That's money on the credit card. That is money that we basically bonded for and are now paying interest just to pay our bills. So what he did is he took every gimmick, every trick, every little thing that you could shift to another.
Was that because he was running for governor?
Yes. His narrative was, I haven't raised taxes, our city's in good shape. But the fundamental reality was the opposite of that. So he had to just keep pushing the bad headline away, away, away. And the problem is the people of Jersey City are left holding the bill. They're the ones left paying for the consequences.
Yeah, but now you have to deal with the consequences.
I do.
What's the solution?
So what we promised the people of Jersey City is first a 5-year plan, because we got to end the gimmicks. But the economy of Jersey City is strong. We can get back to a self-sufficient, financially stable city. We're going to need to build a whole coalition to do it. So we need our state partners to work with us, the governor, the state legislature.
You need money from the state.
We're going to need help from the state, yes. There's no way out through this without assistance from the state.
Do you have to raise taxes?
We are going to look, I said everybody is, every option is on the table, because we're going to be honest. We're not going to tell you one thing and do another. But the one thing I do know is the people of Jersey City are struggling to afford their city right now. Property taxes have gone up 50% in 5 years. That's primarily to pay our school bills. Rent has gone up.
Is there a way to tax developers more? Is there?
One of the first things we announced was an audit of every tax break that's been given to a developer to make sure they're paying us what they owe. We are going to look at ways in which those who have the most, developers and corporations, can maintain their or can give their fair share of the burden, but it's going to be all of us. We have to all work together to come up with a solution.
But when you say all of us, you're also putting yourself in the mix, because you decided to take $1 in salary just this year, so you can put back $245,000 into the Treasury. That's like amazing. How are you? Is your wife going to divorce you?
She may be considering it, but for now, I think we're okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to lead by example. I'm at a place financially where I can afford to basically pay my bills without that money.
For 1 year.
Yeah, for 1 year. It's a 1 year salary of $1. But I also think we live in a world right now where billionaires are trying to cut their own taxes so they get even more billions. We need to change the style of leadership we have in this country, where those in charge lead by example. And to me, that was an important decision for me to make. I was in a position where I was able to do it. I know that not every person might be able to do that, but important for me to set that tone for the city.
But you also want to do some things. You want to change public safety. For example, I saw that you want to hire more cops. What do you want to do with them?
Sure. So our first announcement was, no matter what these challenges are that we're facing, we still have a job. Our job is to deliver core city services more effectively, and public safety is job number one. So on my first day in office, we announced bringing in a new class of 30 police officers, and once they're trained and ready, they're going to be immediately put into our patrol division. So out on the beat, interacting with the community. We've ended our fixed posts. These are where officers didn't move around the community.
You think people will be more safe?
100%. And then the other thing we did is we started a traffic enforcement division. We haven't had traffic enforcement in Jersey City for 12 years.
More tickets?
We're bringing it back. If you're engaging in unsafe driving behavior, yes. We're not going to ticket people to quota to get revenue, but if you're speeding 30 miles an hour, that's dangerous, right? That can lead to loss of life.
And that's why you want to also go back to Vision Zero?
Vision Zero, 100%. We lost 6 lives on our streets last year, 39 pretty serious crashes and injuries. My view is every life lost, every crash is preventable. So with enforcement and engineering, we can genuinely make our streets safe.
So we talk about cops, and now that leads to ICE arrests, and the fact is that Jersey City is a sanctuary city. So what kind of cooperation are you willing to do with ICE agents? Because that's a huge issue in this country right now.
Yeah, we've set our policy very clearly. If ICE has a signed judicial criminal warrant, right? The person has committed a crime, a judge has signed their warrant for their arrest, we will assist. But beyond that, we are not going to assist or cooperate in any way. And we don't think we should have Jersey City money, personnel, resources being used to ultimately harm the very people who live in our city.
So are you, I mean, you have a fair amount of people of immigrant status in your city.
Absolutely.
Should they feel safe because of the policies that you intend to enact?
Again, I got to be directly honest. So Jersey City, home of Ellis Island, the golden door to America, 40% of folks in Jersey City were born in another country. We have seen how generations of immigrants have enriched our city and our country, and we're going to do everything in our power to have their back. But what I cannot do is say, we're preventing ICE from operating in Jersey City. That is outside of my power. I'm not able to do that. I don't want to falsely convey that to residents. But what I say to residents is, your city will not cooperate with ICE unless that criminal warrant is signed, and we will make sure none of our resources are used to aid what they're doing.
We only have about 30 seconds left, but I have to ask you, President Trump is threatening to withhold money from sanctuary cities. Does that make you change your mind about whether you should change your status?
No, because our values can't be for compromise and for sale. But what I would say to the president is, the billions you're putting into ICE, let's use that to make healthcare more affordable, to make transportation more affordable, to make housing more affordable. These are people, we had 10 arrests, they were people just going to work, right? Nobody wants to see people just detained for going to work. We can use our money to make all of our lives better.
Mayor Solomon, we're going to have to leave it right there for now. Andrew Yang, a quote, forward-thinking politician who had written a new book about his political exploits, is up next. We are back with Jersey City Mayor James Solomon. So first question, what's the one thing that you want people to know about you?
I think for me, it's just genuinely that, we said this in the inauguration speech, what's going to change in Jersey City is, who do your leaders go to sleep at night worrying about? We are really genuinely committed to making sure that everyone can afford to live and stay in Jersey City, and I think that's going to feel like a real change for the residents.
So I'm curious, what's the one thing your parents bugged you about when you were a kid that bugged you?
I am not a morning person, and so I would try to watch SportsCenter every morning, and they would try to basically like, no, it's time to get ready for school, and I'd be like, no, I want to watch the football highlights. So that was it, yeah.
So are you a secret football fan?
No, it's not secret. And this is a secret, or maybe politically damaging. I'm a Steelers fan. So I'm a big Pittsburgh Steelers fan.
There are a lot of people in Jersey that are Steelers fans.
There are. We show up where you might not expect us. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about our new coach, but I'm a big Steelers fan.
Well, as a matter of fact, I went to a Jets game, and they were playing the Steelers.
And there were more Steelers fans, right?
There were more Steelers fans there. It was like unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great fan base to be a part of.
So since this is Super Bowl Sunday,
yes.
so who are you?
I'm with the Seahawks, because my thing is, look, the Patriots had, 6 Super Bowls, 5? I don't know. They've won so much recently. It's time to let other people win. The fact that they're back already with another quarterback, it's not fair. I'm all in on the Seahawks.
Well, as you know, not that I show you my football skills, but the Seahawks quarterback used to be a Jet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold used to be a Jet, so it's sort of like rooting for the home team.
That's right.
Not really, but in any event. Okay.
Maybe the sad story is he had to leave the Jets to be good. But
some people think that.
Yeah, I know, right?
So name a secret skill or talent.
Oh, a secret skill or talent. I am very good at doing Legos. My daughters and I are big Lego people.
All right, so
we're making all.
What's the best Lego thing?
We just built the the Wicked Emerald City.
Really?
We just built a huge one. Yeah, my daughter and I worked on it for like 5 days.
I need pictures of
it's
that.
great. I'm happy to show them to you. They're great.
Send pictures.
Yeah.
So who do you look up to?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, in New Jersey politics, Andy Kim. I think Andy helped transform the state's politics, real political courage, and just a genuine person who's like a public servant through and through.
Okay, what was the last time you admitted being wrong?
We joke about. You asked me this question last time, and it was with my wife the last time, and it was with my wife again. I admitted being wrong a couple days ago with Gabby.
You admitted it?
I admitted it. That's why she isn't divorcing me, to your question earlier.
So that bought you some time because
yeah, exactly.
Only $1 salary.
Exactly, that's right.
So what's your favorite restaurant and your favorite dish?
Oh, that is a great question. So in Jersey City, we have an incredible restaurant called Taqueria. So Taqueria is the best tacos that I have ever had. And the taco that I love there is buche, which is basically pork belly. And it's just incredible. I love Mexican food, and I've eaten there 100, 200 times. It's never bad. It is always delicious.
So how do you de-stress, especially in these times, the last 3 weeks when you inherited a nightmare?
There's 2 core ways I do it. So one is just like being with my daughters. So my girls are 8, 6, and 3. They're just a blast, and you can just sort of forget the world when you're playing with them. And then the second is sports. I'm a big sports guy, so like I get home late at night, I might like turn on a Penguins game. I'm a hockey fan. Might watch a little football. Might watch some listen to fantasy football stuff. So I'm sports and my daughters.
Do you have a favorite sport, or is it you have one every season?
It's football and ice hockey are my 2 sports. Yeah.
I myself have to watch a lot of that, but that's another story.
Yeah.
So do you have a secret talent?
Do I have a secret talent? Not really. I don't have I'm not like a singer or a musician or anything like that. So unfortunately, I don't think I have one.
But you can build the Emerald City.
But I can build the Emerald City with my daughter.
Exactly. That's a great talent.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Mayor James Solomon, thank you so much.
Thank you, Marcia. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you at home for joining us as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you.